I've been told that this is a KO3 hybrid turbo. Lots of hidden screws all in there. That's the pinny valve right there. It is, you can hear it, it's running very, very thin. See, all you guys were saying, this is the actuator, standard actuator. But you can see, that was 2 gears and it went to 8. Mad, mad. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another episode from Salvage Nation. We are blitzing through all of these episodes with this 2006 VW Golf Mark 5 GTI, but I'm telling you, it's giving me a lot of headache. These high miles are causing high miles problems. As I told you in the last episode, I've got an issue with the EPC light which comes on randomly. It comes on with the traction light, and when that happens, it loses all power. It's like it's not boosting. And also, as you've seen just now at the beginning of this video, when you start it, it just takes an extra time to start. It cranks over and it just doesn't fire. You have to keep cranking, and then it fires. If any of you guys have come across this, one of my friends told me it's a common problem. It's coming up with all sorts of codes, and then when you clear the codes, it goes back to normal and it drives fine for a little bit and then it comes back. I need to change the dashboard and the rest of the airbag kit. If you remember, this car has got a blown dash, blown driver airbag, and the seat belts are locked up completely, so we need to sort out all of that. I hope that this engine is okay and you guys are going to be here for the ride. So I am knackered. I've filmed 3 episodes today on a major build that's coming soon for you lot, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's go get this dashboard out of this car.
So the day before, guys, I actually went down to Essex where I met a guy who turned out to be an actual subscriber. It's getting crazy how many subscribers I'm gaining all over the place.
So guys, this has got to come off. Obviously I'm going to remove the entire dash. Normally sometimes it's got the cutout on the dash, but have a look, this is the replacement dash here, and as you can see, it's got this slot. It hasn't got the cutout, so that means I've got to disassemble the steering wheel and all of these components here, get that dash out, get all the clocks out, radio out, everything's going to come out, and then I'll move on to the seat belts. So I'm going to put you on a time lapse, get all of this gutted out.
Now, a lot of you guys always get in touch about blown dashes, airbags that are gone, and it's pretty simple. A lot of these German cars, you simply need a T20 Torx bit, a number 8 and a number 10 socket. Also, because I'm removing the steering, I had to get a special type of Torx, slightly different, but still.
1000 bhp, you said? Meet me on the A46.
On what, bro? On my truck?
And if you beat me on this, I'm going to be bringing this one out. Guys, new build coming soon. If you know, you know. I'm not even going to show you anything. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, man.
With the steering out of the way, it gave me access to these 2 number 20 Torx screws. And then I just made my way through all the panels, slowly removing them one by one. And they're all number 20 Torx screws.
So guys, we're about halfway through. I've taken off the steering wheel, all the clocks, all the plastics from in there, light switches, everything's off. I'm just taking out the center console for the radio, we don't need that. Toss that in the back. Next I'm going to move over to the passenger side, remove that glove box, and then I can start to tear down that. And this thing should just pull right out.
Now I've done a quite fair few VW and Audis, so I'm making great progress here. As I did on the other side, is some more T20 screws, and I had to remember to unplug all of the plug sockets and the sensors that are associated with that glove box. They're infamous on the VWs and Audis. I know that from experience because I've yanked one out and broke it before. With the glove removed, I found some more hidden T20 screws, a couple number 10 bolts, and with that, the dash was out. Take a look at that. What a mess.
You guys, look at that mess. I've saved you all the boring bits. I had to remove these A-pillar plastics, both sides, to give space for the dash to come out. There's lots of hidden screws all in there, all in there, all in there. Have a look at that, it's a mess. Now I'm gonna get that dashboard, put it in. These are the plugs, like literally guys, if you've got airbag damage, it's literally just get a light for light part, remove the old airbag, remove this plug, put the new airbag in, plug it in, have a look, one single plug, plug it in, it's good to go. And then once I clear all those codes, everything should be fine. I have got a module if it still doesn't work. So the kit came with a replacement module and I paid 140 quid for the entire kit. Dash, driver airbag, seat belts, module, the lot. 140 quid on this car. It's really cheap.
Many unbearable hours later.
Alright guys, so it's about 2 hours later. Bloody hell, look outside. It's really cracking on with time now. It's just gone 6 o'clock. I've been on this for a few hours now, but have a look. I went ahead and I did all the boring bits. And as you can see, new dash is in. I made sure that the airbag is all secured, is all plugged in. Have a look over there, driver side airbag is in, everything is in. Now, I've left this to last and I want to show you this. So if you remember, when the car came, I showed you in episode 1 that it looks like someone at Copart or one of the previous owners, I don't know, tried to remove something in the vents and also that stereo or something because it was all messed up. I've kind of like put everything back in place so that stereo is nice and secure, everything is nice and solid. And when I met my subscriber, Jamie, he had this as well. I went ahead and I bought this replacement vent. This is the top section. This is gonna pop right like that. And I paid 30 quid, I believe, for this. It comes with all the new buttons and the passenger airbag and stuff like that. The switches and everything. That's good to go. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in and then I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Alright you guys, so it's the next day here and as you can see, I went ahead and I've completed that dash install. I also went ahead and installed these new seat belts. Everything is working fine. I was super busy today because I was filming on this bad boy and that is going to come soon on the channel. If you know, you know. I'm not going to say too much. So guys, I'm often asked in DMs and comments, if you get a car with airbags, is it a big issue? Listen, the biggest issue with airbag damage is the cost of the replacement parts, and all you need to do is clear the codes with a diagnostic tool and the airbag system will be fully functioning again. Back in the day, a lot of cars used to destroy the module when the airbags go off, but these days, the newer cars, you just have to clear it or erase the crash data. Even if you have got a car that destroys the module, you can send them off to be repaired and the airbag system is going to fully work. So I'm going to do this on camera so you guys can see. All I did is replace all the airbags, all the blown components. So the seat belts were gone, the dashboard was gone, and this driver's side airbag was gone as well. I replaced them with like for like parts, made sure that they were plugged in properly. Now, when I start the car, have a look, you can see the airbag light remains on. That's because I haven't cleared the code yet. Now, whilst I've been speaking to you guys, I've been scanning the car with this diagnostic tool. There we have it, and now it's ready. So I'm gonna ignore everything else, climate control, airbags. If I go inside, yep, connect. I'm gonna do this with you right here, hopefully you can see. So if I go to read DTC, and then I go back, and I'm gonna go clear. Now I've replaced all the parts, so if I hit clear, the light should then go off, so watch. Are you sure you want to clear memory? Yes. It's clearing, and as you can see, the airbag light just went off. Have a look. Fault codes clear, yes. Communicating, no more fault codes. Have a look at that. Airbag light has gone off, and just to make sure everything is working, if I switch the car off, I've removed the key right here. Once I put the key back in, turn the ignition on, you should see the light is gonna come on. It's gonna check to see if the system is fully functioning, and there it goes, it's gone back off. As you can see now, I've started the car and the light has remained off. As long as that light remains off, that means that the system is fully functional. And there you have it guys. With all of that taken care of, now we can move back to the engine. I want to see if I can get this car running in tip-top form because I really want to get some power put down from this 2-litre GTI engine. So let's get down, check out this engine. So guys, we've decided to change the oil. We're gonna do a quick service. We're doing a late shift tonight. Akil reckons the oil's a bit thin. It is, you can hear it, it's running very, very thin. It says that the throttle valve control has got a slow response, so we're gonna take that, clean that out with some carb cleaner, just clean the whole area, and then hopefully that does something, and hopefully the engine can run a bit better. But this dreaded EPC light, man. Also, this bad boy came in the post. Jeez.
Okay guys, so what we're doing here is a basic service. We want to safeguard the engine from any damage. Like I said, the oil was a little bit thin, so we're using a thicker oil with a higher viscosity. I actually said that word without messing it up. Anyway, as you can see, we're using a thicker oil as I said, and let's see what happens.
Good forward, but lazy at the beginning.
Exactly. It's not got that torque that it's meant to have, that quick torque. Alright. Right, bye. Where'd you rep? Yeah? Is it alright?
That bad boy, they take the hate off the other boy.
How's it driving?
What will you know?
Power feels okay? Exactly, it's a bit lazy, isn't it? I think that turbo's gone, man.
More headache, we got more EPC lights. It was a very disappointing end to the day. The very next day, I was a man on a mission. A lot of you guys got into the comments and helped me out, so I went down and picked up a new forge actuator and I headed straight down to the garage. Oh yeah, here's proof of my seatbelt wearing.
Alright guys, so it's a few days later and man, I want to thank all of you guys for getting involved in the comments on this car. Trust me, I couldn't do it without you guys, and that's one thing that I'm happy about. The Salvage Nation community has grown with every subscriber, and I look to you. Remember, I am not a professional. I know my way around these cars, and I'm just a guy who's doing something that I'm passionate about. But you guys getting involved and sharing your knowledge, and I want to shout out a few of you. I want to shout out a guy called Neil Squirrel. Neil Squirrel, he got in touch on TikTok, believe it or not, and he knew this car in the past, in the recent past I should say, and he gave me a ton of receipts about this car because he was about to buy the car, but for some reason the deal fell through and he had a whole host of receipts. So this car has had an engine rebuild last year for the tune of £2,500. It's had so much work done. It's got a hybrid turbo. It's had a stage 2 map. And with that information, he pointed me in the right direction. And guys, he works for a charity. I'll put the charity details down below. Trust me, they've got a good cause. They work with men who struggle with suicidal ideations. And if you didn't know, before I was doing YouTube, I spent 13 years in the mental health sector on the NHS. So I know that topic all too well. I'll give you a bit more information about working in mental health, and I've done it for a long time and I know quite a lot about it. So Neil, big shout out, man, and I love what you're doing. Guys, I'll put his information down below. Go check out his charity, donate if you want. It's a good cause. I want to give another shout out to Colin Saxby. Colin Saxby, come on man, you shared your information. Another guy, Ibrahim, I see you in the comments. You put out a massive amount of information. Thank you very much. I'll be using all of that. And if I've forgotten any other names, there have been so many of you guys who got involved. I want to thank you. Anyway, moving on. I've got the issue I think I've got the issue isolated, and I went ahead and I bought this, as you've just seen. This is a brand new forge actuator, and this should give me the power that I need. Now, that penny valve in the turbo is not being closed. If you remember, we had to weld the stock one that's on the turbo. This actuator pin just broke on the stock one. So now we're going to remove the turbo, get everything situated, get this on, and I'm going to be popping down to a company called London Turbos, getting that turbo all set up, get it back on the car, and we should be making big power because this car's got a hybrid turbo. Right, with all of that out of the way, let's get it. So guys, if you look behind me, the ramp is in use at the moment, but what I can do is I can start to remove all the top section bits, and then once the ramp is free, we'll put the car on the ramp and we'll get all the bottom sections out, pull the turbo out, and then I'll be heading down. I've got my GoPro here. I'm gonna either put the head strap or the chest strap. You guys are gonna get a POV view of all the work. So let go. See the things I do for you lot, looking like a muppet, but it's gonna be good.
So I got started by removing that induction kit. This comes apart in several sections, so I took the first section off first, and then I moved on to the second section. This was the easiest and most efficient way to do this. With that out of the way, I then turned my attention to all the hose pipes before making my way down to the heat shield. Now this was still quite hot as I was driving the car, but by carefully maneuvering, I was able to avoid getting hurt. Now with the heat shield out of the way, I had access to that downpipe. This is held together by one number 18 nut and three number 17 bolts. Now working in this engine bay was very cramped, it was very dark, and I was struggling to find the best place to put my light. However, I got that sorted and I was able to move on and gain further access to those nuts.
Woo! That was hard. Okay, now that's off. Take this gasket. That can stay there. Alright you guys, quick one. I've removed the downpipe and I've removed some other brackets and pipes from around the turbo. And you can see the internals of the turbo here. I'll show this more to you in depth once it's off the car, but listen. That's the penny valve. And one of my subscribers, Colin, he mentioned it. He was right. Have a listen. Penny valve is loose. It's not being squeezed tight by the actuator because that actuator is rubbish because it snapped. It's rubbish. Yeah. That's why I've got that brand new Forge one. So yeah, now we have to wait for the ramp to get free because it's not free. I've done everything on the top. Once the ramp is free, we'll get down below, get it up on the ramp, get down below, remove all the brackets down below and get the turbo out of there. And then yeah, we'll see all of that in more detail.
2 hours later.
Alright you guys, so a few hours have gone. The ramp is still taken up. As you can see over here, they took the gearbox off and they're waiting for a gearbox to get delivered. And you know me, I'm a bit impatient, but I'm gonna attempt to drop it from below. Wish me luck. Taking the wheels off, jacked it up. No ramp, but this is Salvage Nation, man. We have to get it done. I really want to see what I need to get down to London. I need to get down to London turbos before they close, and the more time I wait, the harder it's gonna be. So I'm gonna get under there and try to drop it from below, and I'll catch up with you once the turbo's off.
Okay, first up, I had to create some space from removing this turbo from below the car by removing the drive shafts. That was a pretty simple task and I had that out in no time. I've done several of these in the past, so I knew exactly what to do. Next up, I had to use this special tool, aka a mirror, to see these hidden bolts at the back of the engine block. There are about 10 bolts in 2 rows that holds the exhaust manifold carrying the turbo onto the back of the engine block. Now at this point I was making great progress, but this bloody phone, it just would not stop going off all day. Subscriber cars, delivery of parts, the family, oh my lord. Anyway.
See guys, where there's a will, there's a way. My granddad used to tell me that. No ramp, no problem. I'm a mess. It took 2 hours, but turbo's out. And you can see what the problem is. Let me show you.
This is the most important things, man.
So this was snapped. That's where we welded it. This is the actuator, standard actuator. But you can see, one of my subscribers pointed it out. I'll show you the penny valve. That's the penny valve right there. So the penny valve is loose and it's leaking a ton of boost. So there's a lot of boost that we're losing. You can hear it because this is not holding it shut. Right, I'm gonna get this off and try to get down to London Turbos, see what they can come up with, get the new actuator on and get it back in the car.
Now as you can see guys, I went ahead and I fitted that new Forge actuator. I also went ahead and I tested the diverter valves. They all look to be recently replaced. So it's a shame that they didn't replace the actuator and the old one was actually knackered.
Just a quick update. I've been told that this is a KO3 hybrid turbo. They've swapped out the cartridges inside, so this should be producing some good power. I went ahead and I removed this old dusty actuator, and I've got a new actuator with a new rod. And this is a Forge billet actuator, and this is uprated to handle more boost. So this is on the turbo now. Problem is, have a look at this. This is that penny valve, and as you can see, it literally looks like a penny in there. And what happens is the actuator comes down here, pushes this valve open, releases a whole ton of boost, and this is what delivers the boost. So this is very important, but this is where it was snapped. So it snapped off there before. So we're gonna try to, what we've done is I called up to London Turbos. I was about to head down there and they said they don't cover this turbo, so there's nothing they can do. And I've called a few other turbo shops around here and they're all saying there's nothing they can do, so, which is very frustrating. I wanna get the car back on the road as soon as possible. So we went ahead, we dug around in the garage, we found an old existing actuator and we were able to remove, where is it? I don't know, where's the thing for the actuator? Show me. So we managed to find another one. We had, funny enough, we just had this lying around. This end goes onto the actuator. This end goes onto that penny valve. And then, yeah, so we're replacing this joint. Once we replace this joint, we can get everything back on the car. So guys, have a look. Excuse the noise. New actuator is on. Oh, look at this penny valve now. When you tap it, there's no noise. It's nice and tight. So the actuator has done the trick. We've done a leak test with this one. Not only is it moving very slow, it's leaking pressure around the seals right there. When I say pressure, that's boost, which is important. So this was losing boost here, and it was losing boost in that junction in there as well. So no wonder the car is not pulling the way it should. I'm excited to get it back on the car and just see how it feels.
Wait, I'm gonna drive it there now and you can see the difference.
So we got the compressors on, and Akil's gonna show you how it works.
Big compressor.
Big compressor. So guys, watch. There you go. So all the boost is coming out of there. Look, this should be moving. Go on, push it down. It's not moving. Whereas this one, have a look. And look at that. Sorry, go on. That's it. That is boost. I know a lot of you guys are pros at this. I followed the official video on the Forge website, which says to close the valve all the way, and then once it's all the way closed, turn the adjustment screw 3 times. So I made a mark and I turned it 3 full rotations, and then I locked it off right there. And that's the standard 3-turn preload for this Forge actuator according to their website. Let me know if you think that's correct or not. But yeah, we had to do some engineering here by Akil because this one doesn't come off. I tried everywhere to find a new exhaust manifold which will have this penny valve built in. However, I couldn't find it. We had to do some engineering. We found one, like I said, cut the head off this, and then we made a nice secure weld on either side. We can sand this down, we'll put a lick of paint, and we're confident that the weld, because of the gas that we're using, the type of welder that we're using, we're confident that will not break. So yeah, that is nice and sturdy, and that's ready to get back on the car. Seeing that we're on the Golf, I thought I'll give you an update. This is the previous build, which is a 2018 Golf R. And you know what? It's funny what a lot of people kind of caught onto or were commenting about. But check this out. I'm just in the process of resoldering these wires for the radar. You remember I said I need to get a radar in the last episode on this car? So this is the wire for the radar. I'm about to solder that all up. And these are the parking sensors. Someone was like, oh, there are no parking sensors. Okay, yes, there was no parking sensors. We had to wait for it to come in the post. So yeah, everything is going to be done. And I'll show you what that looks like by the end of this episode.
So there you have it, guys, a quick update on the Golf R Mark 7.5 build. Everything is in, but check this out. Guys, we have boost. I'm gonna pattern this and put this on a shirt. We have boost. Jeez.
This thing is just a different beast right now, a different beast. But as you can see, we worked away all day. But have a listen. You can definitely hear it a lot better, but it's getting late. I'll come in the morning, I'll show you a bit more, and then we'll go for a little test drive. Okay guys, so it's the next day here, and I think we've got this car situated. We've got no more engine lights. All of that work that we did yesterday has got this car absolutely flying, and I want to take it out on a test drive. But first, check this out. As you can see, engine electronics is all normal and it's in the green. We've got some other issues for like interior monitoring. I feel like the previous owner has disconnected something, but I will check that out later on. Data bus, that's for the radio and the tuner, because obviously we've upgraded it. That's for the rear windows. That's for the light sensor switch, which is up there. I need to get a new one of them. Power steering module, no communication. I don't know why that's coming up, because the power steering is working fine. I can connect, I can adjust the steering angle sensor. There's no issues there. I don't know what that's about. It may have some water ingress down below by the electronic power steering. But anyway, as you can see, everything on the car is nice. There's no engine lights, there's nothing. And you can really hear it boosting a lot better. So I'm happy with that. But anyway, enough talking. I'm gonna get the GoPro on and we're gonna go take the car out.
Hold up, before we can take the car out, I need to take care of those balding tires.
Is you racing?
Nah, it came like that, man.
Huh?
No racing, it came like that, yeah. See, all you guys were saying, I did realize, and I'm taking care of it right now. We're upgrading the 215s. We think they're a bit too skinny. It looks nice on the stretch, but they're too skinny for putting power down, and we've upgraded them to 225, which is a little bit fatter. We've kept the same profile, and obviously the rim radius is 19, but yeah, we're upgrading the tires to slightly fatter tires as well. So guys, listen, I am excited to see what this car can do now. Last night you saw, like, you can hear the induction noise. I'm hoping you can hear it on camera, but this thing is different beast now. Seatbelts on, and now I've got those new tires on. Now we can try it. Let's go. Wow. Come on. Yes, man. No way. That was 2 gears, and it went to 80. Mad. Mad. The induction noise on this is just mental. Have a listen. I'm hoping you guys can hear that because I can hear it loud and clear. Oh, you know what? I love this. Is another part of the salvage game or any car game when you can take something that wasn't quite right and it frustrated me. It gave me a lot of headache, but now, and for 1,200 quid, I've spent a little bit. I bought that Forge actuator, cost me 70 quid. 70 quid. They're normally £150. I found one locally, met the guy on Facebook. He was around the corner from my flat. Went down there, picked it up, fitted it. It took me all day yesterday, but boy, was it worth it, because this thing is a ton of fun. Ton of fun. Fucking hell. Bare wheel spin. Bare wheel spin. Oh! It's just different. That's all I can say. The induction noise is crazy. And the way it pulls, it's definitely got a hybrid turbo, man. Let's go. Wow. Come on. Yes, man. No way. Oh. I hope you can hear that. I hope you can hear that. Guys, what should I do with this car next? Let me know. But the next step, obviously, in the next episode, we're going to be taking care of the bodywork on the car. And I want to wrap this car. I've never wrapped before, but I'm pretty confident that I can do it. And that's one of the reasons I bought this car. It was nice and cheap. I got a good quote on 15 meters of wrap. I've got a surprise color for you guys, and I'm going to be doing a full color scheme in the next episode. Well, not in the next episode, but at some point in the future, and you will be here for it. Do you think I could do it? Let me know what you think in the comments down below about wrapping the car. You know what? I'm gonna have a bit of a rant now. I went on eBay and I was gonna do the R32. So the cat's out the bag. I was gonna do the R32 rear end retrofit like you guys said. I found a Miltech catback exhaust. I bought the thing, but it was about 180 miles away from my flat. On the same day, I said to the guy, I can't come and get it today. I'll come and get it tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at work. Can I get it on Saturday? Oh, I need it to be picked up today. I have no space in my house, blah, blah. I bought the thing on eBay, and the same day I couldn't collect it, and he went and he cancelled it. He refunded whatever, and he sold it. Literally, I saw the thing saying, your order's been cancelled, the item's been relisted, and before I can even click, clearly he had spoken to someone else bought it. Full catback Miltech system, and I was gonna buy the rear bumper, do the R32 rear end retrofit. But anyway, if any of you guys got any sort of R32 bits for the rear or the front, do let me know. I wanna make this car absolutely mint, and we're gonna bring it back to the former glory. Anyway, we've had fun. I've taken care of everything in this episode. I'm gonna continue driving, but this is where I'm gonna end this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We got a ton of work done. It was an extended episode, but yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy this car, man. So, woo! Like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch. Click here to watch one of my previous episodes. And like it said there, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We out.